Well, friends of Mundo Maldini, this is Anfield, and never better said. Here we are at Anfield to comment on this great match between Liverpool and Real Madrid. Honestly, I think they won't soak us. I hope they don't soak us, because they have turned on the sprinklers. Well, the grass is spectacular. For now, there are logically few fans. We are going to do the preview now, but you are already watching the video when the match has ended. It's a marvel, friends of Mundo Maldini, to be able to travel to these matches, comment on these matches on Movistar, and also make these videos for all of you. Here we are, Movistar Champions League. We are going to do the beach from here, then we will go to the commentators' booth. Honestly, it's a marvel, Anfield. Some Madrid players are starting to come out here to inspect the field, to step on the grass a little. We already know that Bryn will play as a starter. Carvajal, obviously with that injury, misses a match that was very important. It's a shame he can't be here, just like Vinicius, as you well know. But Madrid will have to face the match without them, logically. So Valverde will be the right back, and the big news is that Brahim plays up front, Brahim and Mbappé. So, a spectacular match, friends of Mundo Maldini, between Liverpool and Real Madrid. Well, you know, friends of Mundo Maldini, that Oppo is the official sponsor of the Champions League. And we have here this Oppo Find X Pro, which is a true spectacle. It's a true spectacle. We are going to do what is called the More Dave on with Oppo, of course, the great Champions League matches. This is for professionals. Professional players from the highest elite of world football will play here. And this phone is for true professionals of global telephony because, for example, it works with artificial intelligence. It has Zoom artificial intelligence telescope. The result is spectacular. Up to 120x zoom. Impressive. It also has instant snapshot, the instant artificial intelligence that gives you spectacular images for sure. And watch out in 4K. So no one gets confused, even in 4K with Dolby Vision and everything impressive. And then the launch offer until December 8th. You know you can get an official Oppo smartwatch, for example, with the charger, also with the case. In short, a spectacle. Friends of Mundo Maldini, this Oppo Find X Pro is absolutely impressive. Just like this match between Liverpool and Real Madrid is going to be. Let's enjoy it, and I will comment on it right away here. Well, friends of Mundo Maldini, here at Anfield, Real Madrid's defeat 2-0, a tough defeat, a fair defeat. It is evident that Madrid has had moments when they could at least prevent Liverpool from playing the way they want to play. Madrid has tried at times and has succeeded at times to make the match not a back and forth, but of course Madrid has not threatened. In fact, Madrid has practically, had the penalty from Mbappé. I will talk about the Mbappé issue later because it is something that will be discussed a lot, but has practically been the only one between the three posts. Then at the end, there was a shot from Lucas Vázquez that was practically harmless, but really, Madrid, under maximum pressure, has managed to restrain Liverpool at times, especially in the first half. However, they need to threaten a bit more with the players that Real Madrid has. I told you in the preview the absence of Vinicius was key for this match. It was key because Vinicius is a player who, by himself, threatens a lot of space. He really puts pressure on the opponent, and of course they didn't have him. And although Brahim has played quite well, I have to admit, Liverpool has been superior. In fact, if we analyze the entire match thoroughly, tomorrow you will have a White Scout report, and of course you will also have the match ratings. Courtois, who has been by far the best for Real Madrid, prevented a rout. Courtois has intervened to keep it at 2-0, which is a good result, of course, for Liverpool, but it's not a result that is humiliating for Real Madrid either, as a score could have been really much harsher. It has been cultural that has intervened in that. I like Liverpool a lot, I have to say. I am loving Liverpool this season. We have seen version of Liverpool. It is true that at times Real Madrid has not allowed Liverpool to play exactly how they like because they have not been able to transition very quickly many times. They have had very long possessions, that is true, but when they could, they caused a lot of damage on the flanks and through the middle. There have been players from Liverpool, and now I focus on Real Madrid. Tomorrow with the ratings I will focus even more, of course. But there have been players from Liverpool who have had a spectacular match. I will highlight two. I will highlight Gravenberch. We are finally seeing the version of Gravenberch from Ajax. Much better than what we saw at Bayern Munich, and much better than what he was in the last year with Jurgen Klopp when he was the only pivot. And he has returned a bit to the 4-3-3 in Liverpool because he decided to bring in Curtis Jones to penetrate a lot, to go into space a lot. A player much more dynamic than Szoboszlai, less technical, but more dynamic because he wanted a very back and forth match. He wanted to be a very vertical team like this Liverpool is being, and he has achieved it at times. Madrid logically had the intention and the need for Liverpool not to be vertical, and they achieved it at many moments. I insist Madrid had some control in the first half with Luka Modric, who imposed himself in midfield, at times with Camavinga, who had a great match. It's a shame about the injury, but just that is not enough. In the second half, Liverpool increased the pressure, the fullbacks pushed higher, and it was seen that Madrid started to sink more. And with that sinking of Madrid in the positional field, McAllister's goal arrived. McAllister shot practically from the penalty spot on a play that Real Madrid was defending. I believe this match puts Madrid in an evident problem. There are players who are well below their level. And I have to talk about Kylian Mbappé, friends of the Madrid world. I know that, of course. Madrid signs Mbappé for matches like this, and today Vinicius was not there. I mean, Mbappé today missed the penalty, but I don't want to focus on the penalty. The penalty is missed by the one who takes it. He took it very poorly, but it's missed by the one who takes it. He had the personality to take it, and he missed it perfectly. And that, honestly, I don't find it so criticizable. I find it criticizable. He hasn't been present practically at all. He has made many mistakes in his passing. It's true that they haven't found him too well, but I also think the team hasn't worked much for him, and he hasn't done much for the team either. Kylian Mbappé. I like Bellingham at some moments. I like Camavinga a lot, of course. Courtois has been the man of the match for Real Madrid. I liked Asensio, who held on for the whole match with a yellow card. I think Asensio had a great game. But Madrid, honestly, has 6 points in 5 Champions League matches. Madrid is complicating things. No longer being among the top 8, which I think is practically, I'm not saying it can be ruled out, it would have to be considered by winning all 3 matches if they can make it into the top 8. Even so, it would be difficult. Madrid will have to push hard to qualify because right now they really have a match in Bergamo that is extremely difficult, as Atalanta is in great form. And we'll see what happens that day because Camavinga likely won't be available and Vinicius probably won't either, and Madrid is facing a very, very evident problem. Loved Liverpool. I think they are building a solid project. It is the most informed team in Europe. I said it yesterday in the preview. It is the most informed team in Europe, friends of the world. Maldini was more or less matched up with Barca. Barca has been having weaker matches in La Liga, and Liverpool is practically overwhelming everything in front of them. It hasn't been a dominating match for Liverpool. It hasn't been that, but it has been a match in which Liverpool has shown evident superiority over Real Madrid. I think no one can deny, Yusan, and I am convinced that Ancelotti will not deny it in the press conference, that today Liverpool has been superior and has won justly. I believe, and I say this sincerely, it was a shorter scoreline than it deserved. I think the score was short for what it could have been and for what Liverpool deserved and for the few merits Real Madrid has shown. Lucas Vázquez came in well for Madrid. After scoring the goal in Liverpool, he made several tactical changes. It started to work. Lucas Vázquez came in well. He put Mbappé as a striker. Brahim moved very well behind. And it is true that Madrid threatened for a few minutes. The penalty from Lucas Vázquez arrived. Kylian Mbappé missed it. After the second goal, Madrid has practically not threatened Liverpool again. The end of the match was very comfortable for Liverpool. Luka Modric commented on it to Ricardo Sierra on Movistar. Finished the broadcast here with a 2-0. The match was over. And it didn't matter that there were many minutes left, but the feeling is that the match was finished. And Luka Modric himself said it, not me. That is the feeling they had. I also saw some gestures at the end of the match from Bellingham on the ground, Ibrahim on the ground. Quite desperate because the team is not performing. The team is not getting going. The team had won 2 league matches playing quite better, but against 2 rivals that were clearly below the required level, even in a match like La Liga, Osasuna and Leganés. And today, under maximum pressure, Madrid is not performing. I'm not saying they won't be soon, because the players they have are spectacular. But right now it is evident that Madrid is not, and Madrid has a very serious problem in this Champions League. It was very hard to think that Madrid would have 6 points after 5 matches. It was practically impossible to think so, but it is what it is. And now Madrid has to get through this Champions League phase as best as they can. Sorry, it's just that we shouted a lot during the broadcast. As best as they can. And with evident problems, it's hard to take much from Madrid today. I highlight Camavinga in the first half. I highlight Courtois. I highlight Asensio perhaps. I highlight perhaps Brahim for finishing. Güler, I will talk about him tomorrow in the notes. Today he seemed a bit soft, which is logical. He is very young and playing very little, but in a match of maximum demand, performed quite poorly. And by the way, Mendy, I have to finish with Mendy. Fran Garcia was about to come on just before the penalty that Mendel committed, which cost him dearly. He had many errors in his passing, and even when attacking, he was often very close to Mbappé, was insisting that he move inside. In short, nothing went right for Madrid today. Madrid clearly loses at Anfield. The Black Beast for Liverpool, which was Real Madrid, has been defeated after 8 matches. Liverpool is flying while Madrid is the complete opposite. There is still a long season ahead. In other seasons, Madrid has been this bad and ended up winning the Champions League. Nothing can be ruled out, but evidently Madrid is currently in a quite critical moment. Hug, friends of Mundo Maldini. Bye, 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 bye.